Futures trading involves risk and is not suitable for all investors. Content provided in this segment is meant for educational purposes and is not a solicitation to buy or sell commodities.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Tech Talk. I am Cody. He is Andy. It is September 28th, 2023, 4:30 in the Eastern Time, 3:30 Chicago time. Andy, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Doing very well. We actually
cat did you see that? Her cat just walked across the thing.
Need a little background noise going on there.
A little background, kitty cats.
I
think you do you have a cat? Do you have a cat?
I don't have any animals.
You don't have any animals? Not
No.
one?
No.
Well, you only have like 2 forks and like 1 spoon or something like that. But do you have like a cat dish at least? Like you can
No,
like
I don't like cats. I don't like dogs. I don't like things with hair. All right.
You could get like one of those like Austin Power style cats where it's like no hair
weird.
And like
those are weird too. Can't do it. Can't do it.
Hair, you have facial hair.
Well, it's the only thing I got. So
fair enough. All
right. Back to what the people want to see. We've got four charts that came in by request today.
4. Count them. 4.
All 4 of them by people that want to see these.
All requests. Which one are we starting with?
The old Peso. This one comes from Erica from the Insights team.
I love how you call it the old Peso, by the way. Erica from Insights. Thank you for the request. The old Peso.
Old Peso.
The old Peso. What do you think here, boss?
Man, I don't want to get too bullish on the Peso, but...
Don't want to get too bullish.
What does that formation look like?
Hang on. Let me start drawing.
It looks like a W for we're going higher.
W for we're going higher.
Look at that.
I would agree. I would agree. And what's interesting is that you took a shot at getting into new lows basically yesterday or pretty close. And then, if it opens higher tomorrow, you're going to have an inside day out. Right?
Yeah.
And then you got these guys down here too. This guy right there. So let me just get my cursor out. Hold please. Bam. So the secondary one down here, RSI, tried to get down into a new low, didn't do it. And same thing with momentum. Right? It's stopping short right where it started to really pivot from last time. So that would imply strength. So I think you could probably take a shot at owning it and know that you're wrong and could easily get out. Not easily, but there's the risk reward here seems to be much better to the upside with respect to you're wrong if we trade or close below this low of what? 55.35?
Yeah.
Which so you're buying it?
It couldn't do last time at the beginning of the month either.
So are you buying it though?
I would buy the Peso.
You're a buyer. Got it. So if you look at the dollar's going to look basically not the inverse of it, but today you had an inside out. It could be down if we close lower, open lower tomorrow. Some of these currencies are not looking so Peso's looking pretty good. 6M. I'd look it up. Yeah, the secondary stuff's looking pretty decent. I think you can take a shot at owning it. If it starts to go, I'd target 58, right back here.
So are you a buyer of the Peso?
I think you could, yeah. But I think you got to take a shot at owning it.
Okay.
Again, the risk reward, I think the risk reward is there, right? You can go from 56 to 58 and know that if we go below 55.30-ish, this low, you probably want to get out and just call it a day.
All right.
So yeah, pick up, put a few pesos in your pocket, buy a cat with it.
There you go.
Thanks for the ask, Erica. Appreciate it. Keep them coming. This one came from Mr. Matt. Mr. Matt, another internal request. Feeders have just been so what's that movie? With Hansel and Hansel's so hot right now. Feeders are so hot right now. What's that movie?
Blades of Glory?
No, not Blades of Glory. He's the male. He's the model. It's Ben Stiller. He's the model.
Zoolander.
We'll think of it later.
Zoolander.
Yes, Zoolander. Yeah, we'll think of it. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go.
The page. You're throwing that one at us.
Hansel, so hot right now. Hansel,
so hot right now. I feel like this market's just going to continue to be on tilt, meaning the first whiff of bearishness, you're just going to roll over and see days like what was this? This is today's candle. This was yesterday, and then this is Tuesday, right? So, but the thing is that every time we've seen this type of price action where you start to dip, just take a breather, it's always been a buying opportunity.
Yeah, I'm looking at the RSI. Last time we kind of dipped down here was in middle of June. And
middle of June, that's right.
Right after that, we rallied into new highs at that time and then kind of continued our upward trend there.
Yep. No, I mean, I think we have this long-term trend that's been drawn. I think until this breaks through and you close through it, open, and then open lower after that. Like that, I think that's going to be the one that really becomes the death nail. Until then, I think you got to be really careful getting too short here. I mean, it's fundamentally we keep hearing things are strong like bull, right?
Yeah.
So, and there's plenty of research that comes out of Ever.Ag, by the way, that you can go take a look-see at that. But yeah, no, I mean, like today, you basically it's almost like it's getting ready to V-bottom this break right here. So you got to be super careful. But I think it's hard to get short until you break the long-term trend. The trend has been so strong and steady. You're not seeing like ridiculous price action to the upside.
Right.
Multiple limit days in a row or something like that where it's unsustainable. It's just been a very steady trend. So today's close looks like it wants to potentially V-bottom this again. So then the question is, do we put in new highs? Right?
Well,
that could be like the first real sign of weakness.
And I think
it's a failure to go put in a new high.
The other indicator there that you have, and I have on mine, is the 50-day moving average. Okay, we've closed below there once, twice. And after that, headed back into new highs after that move.
Yeah. Right here?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's a good point.
I mean, not right away, but subsequently afterwards, even right in the middle of August there, we touched it and then went back to new highs and kept our trend kind of rocking and rolling there.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think everybody's kind of looking around saying, when's this going to be done?
Yeah.
Right? Because if you look at it like a monthly, you go and look at it like a quarterly, all these charts, I know they're continuous, but like they're all just been so strong.
Yes.
So it's a question of when's this going to roll over, right? And so I think you need to see a big break of the major trend before you want to sell it with both hands. And if that were to happen, I think the next stop would be this 200-day.
It's a ways down there.
It is a ways down there.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Mr. Matt.
Thank you.
Next one. Crude oil. We have no idea. Somebody requested this. We know that.
Just can't remember who.
I can't remember who. It's a mystery. So to whomever the parties involved that requested this, thank you for the request. If you could comment below, just tell us who you are, even if it's like your fun name that we give people, like Loose Cannon, for example.
Right.
One of my favorite names, by the way.
Absolutely.
If it was Loose Cannon, can you just tell us? But anyways, what do you think here, boss?
I think you better fill your gas tank up right now.
You think that, so we're going up. Is that right?
I do believe so. I do believe
What makes you think that?
Well, I mean, look at the big candle that we had yesterday, kind of pushing its way to $100 a barrel. Obviously broke pretty hard today, but did not encompass the whole chart there.
So,
and you didn't break the long-term trend that you have drawn.
True. So let's go take a quick peek at the weekly. Yeah. So we didn't touch this, but I think you and I did this last time, right? So we had the Elliott wave.
Yes.
It's still riding that wave.
And you've only got 3 drawn, right? Three waves of the 5-wave theory.
Correct. So this would imply you could probably take this guy. Let's say we stop there, and then you'd want to take this guy and lay it right on there. So you're talking about just over $110. Okay. I mean, I'm not going to disagree with you, right? I mean, to your point, it's not showing a big sign of weakness here. This is the D's contract. Daily, there we go. Yeah, it's not showing a big sign of weakness here. I mean, it's doing exactly what you would expect if it's going to move like in a 5-wave move.
Right.
This is really interesting too. I mean, you had this hammer followed up here. I mean, what I feel like could end up happening here is you get a candle like this tomorrow, where it just engulfs this guy, just like head fake, boom, up.
Testing 95.
Test. That's right. So yeah, I mean, you would expect. Yeah, I mean, just like you want to be careful of the measurement of the 4th wave, but it looks like it wants to just continue on that pattern. So more upside in a nice steady trend.
Yeah.
Kind of like feeders.
There you go.
It's getting expensive to go to the store and to get the fill up your gas tank and then go get like a burger or something like that? Go get some like ground beef to like go do some. Well, you don't have a grill anyway, so what difference does it make?
Doesn't even matter to me.
Like, are you doing that like on a pan? Like, how do you make burgers at home?
Yeah, exactly. Skillet.
In a pan? Do
Skillet.
you have Foreman? Like George
No.
Foreman or something?
No, I've got a cast iron skillet. Also, I wash my cast iron skillet in the dishwasher now. I know they say you're not supposed to, and I don't care. I do it anyway.
Just breaking all the rules.
I season it right afterwards, and you know what? It tastes fine. So all the people that can hate on washing cast iron skillets with soap, doesn't matter.
Huh. Okay. Well,
sorry, I got a little testy there.
That's okay. I mean, like, you know what? Everybody's got their own thing.
Somebody told me you couldn't do that, and so I did it to prove them wrong, and I proved them wrong.
There you go. You see, like, it's the null hypothesis.
Exactly.
Cody's got his null hypothesis about like putting the cast iron in the dishwasher. There you go. Little statistical analysis for you. The null hypothesis.
They said you can't do that, and I said, "Oh yeah, watch me." Boop.
Watch me. So I guess the next step is to get some plates or like cups or something like that. A fork maybe. So we'll work on it.
Eat it with your bare hands. You'll be all right.
All right, fair enough. Last one. So this comes at request, not by anybody in particular, but by basically everybody. We've had several people reach out about this one, so we can't say this comes from any one particular person. Just this is something that's been in the forefront. It's all-time record highs.
Look at that.
Look at that. So what do you make your when you make burgers, like, and your skillet that's washed in the dishwasher? Are you using butter, or like you must have some sort of alternative?
You season it with butter,
even at $3.40. Like,
I mean, yeah, you might as well go buy it now before we go a little bit higher, so you can store it in the freezer and get ready for another day.
Jeez. Well, what was interesting today was that, like, I think it was the November futures. So we're still pricing October, right? So Nov traded quite a bit of volume, a decent amount of volume, but 42 cars offered at 10 cents lower.
Yeah.
Right. And like a lot of that volume was trading before cash. It took cash up, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Up 3.5 cents. And like the Nov contract, it kind of perked up a little bit during cash and then boop, right back down and offered at limit.
Yep.
And I think 10 cents is limit, right?
290.
Previous 290 is limit. Okay. So it's offered at 10 lower. It's interesting to see that kind of trade. Right. And so people are definitely saying that this discount, or like building in the discount, regardless of what's going on with cash. And then if you go and look at, so let's go back real fast. Go back to the monthly. Like the last couple of times, so this actually was pretty recent. So September closed at 314.5. This is set of last year. October promptly broke. This was a little bit later, but we never actually got a close. I don't know if you can use like these two though, because we never got a close over $3.
Right.
So this monthly had a high of 314 before coming back down to 251, then marched itself back up to close to $3, but to no avail, and then promptly fell apart. But these all seem to show kind of tell the same story, that as you get to the latter part of the quarter, or the latter part of the year, really October, either way, like the butter price towards the end of the year typically sees more weakness. That makes sense too. Like seasonally,
right.
We're like, you've already bought all your butter for your cookies and stuff like that for Christmas. You already baked them up. So now what?
Right.
I would expect we'll see something like this. Like this candle right here. This is October's candle from 2014. This is down this was down $1. So high of 289.5, settled at 189er with a low of 175.
Not to be a negative Nelly on this one, but if you look at November butter, we did fill a gap today, but there are a few more down there at 282.
Oof.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's just no. If you look at October, there's gaps all the way. It looks like a Michigan roadway where everything is just pieced together. Terrible. You know what I mean?
Michigan. Well, you would know better than I would. I haven't lived in Michigan since I was like 8. Or something like that. And I think I lived on this side. I lived on this side of the mitten. Not you live on this one, right? So
correct.
We'll take your word for it. But yeah, no, it's I'm glad you bringing it up. This is November butter on a daily. This looks like it just wants to just completely like, like we talk about V bottoms, right? But this is like an inverse of that.
Right.
Or just, it's instead it just rips, it rips to 305. This open lower here, cemented this close with, like, you filled the gap, closed on the low. I mean, this looks like it wants to go back to all this noise right here.
It's almost like that chart right there is just giving you every possible look at a bearish turn that it can.
Yeah. I like the chart. Definitely, this chart in particular is definitely acting like it wants to do an inverse of a V bottom. So I guess, like, what would you call that? Like an A frame?
Yeah, looks like an A frame. Can we coin that A frame?
I'm down.
Sounds like we just did.
Coin it.
All right,
dude. Get that. Where's the hammer, by the way? Can we cement that A frame hammer?
This is an A frame formation, a bearish formation. Yeah.
Yes, it would technically, because it is the inverse of a V bottom.
All right, butter is a sell, according to Andy and myself.
And yourself. So, you know what? Can we pause for just 1 second?
Boys and girls.
Okay.
We're back.
I remembered Gian and I were playing with this thing yesterday. All right. Oops, backwards. Don't want that. All right. So Nov butter. If it's an A-frame, I know you just hit the hammer down, but the hammer's bullish.
Correct.
So if it was a V-bottom, you'd be hammering it, but we're not hammering it. We're doing the bazooka.
We got the bazooka.
Official, no butter, bearish bazooka. Whoops. Missed. Don't worry, I got another round here. So
this has got to be the best show on the internet right now.
I need to work on my aim. I'll work on it, but...
Awesome.
This is pretty slick, though. I mean, it's got a nice little range to it, and
thing is nice.
It's got. Yeah.
All right, everybody. With that, we appreciate you tuning in. We appreciate everybody asking for these charts that Andy and I so diligently look at every single day and try to bring you information every week. But until next week, everyone have a great rest of the week. It's Friday. Great weekend. And if you have any charts you want us to look at, please feel free to let us know, and we'd be happy to talk about them.
Yeah, and whoever the mystery guest was for the crude, I think it was.
Yeah.
If you could put your name down in there in the comment section below, we sure would appreciate it, because Cody and I are having a hard time remembering who asked for it. We know somebody asked for it. It's a mystery, though. Maybe it was Paige. Who knows? Or Paige's cat. Maybe typed it out on her.
It might have. All right, everybody. We'll see you later.
See ya.